How's it going, comic book fans, my nerdy friends, my geeky compadres? Welcome to the review show. What's up, guys? I got a lot of books to review this week. For reviews, I think I have 10 books I'm going to be reviewing. Some 2, I should say, are back issues, and the rest online and things I picked up. So I'll get started, and again, timestamps will be down below in the description. So let's start with the online books as usual, and we'll go in order from what I like the most to what I liked, or what I like the least to what I like the most for online issues, that is. Not to say that I didn't like these books. I loved every book that I read this week, for the most part, I should say. Loved for the most part. Anyways, first book, Animal Man issue number 22. The only new DC book I read this week, and this is pretty cool. There's continuing. I like the Buddy Baker stuff a lot more than I do the Maxine stuff, Maxine Baker, whatever. I like the stuff with Buddy Baker going up against those new Animal Men, for lack of a better term, the new Animal Men guys, and how he's dealing with that, and just really crazy, really gory and intense, and just gross scenes in this. Jeff Lemire is doing a great job, in my opinion, on Animal Man. The recommended reading style I would say you read it in is probably in trade at this point. If you get like the trades of it, I think they read a little better that way. Just because DC doesn't do previously pages, so like my memory of issue 21 isn't the best. I mean, I remember it pretty good, but it's not the best. So, a lot of DC books I would just read in trade, honestly. But if you really want to read Animal Man that badly, though, I definitely suggest picking up. It's a great book. So, Animal Man issue number 22, really cool book. And then moving on, next book, Savage Wolverine issue number 7. Zeb Wells and Joe Madura. I don't know how to say his real last name, so we just call him Joe Mad. Zeb Wells is doing a great job on this title. It sucked for the first 5 issues of Frank Cho's. Issue 6 was fantastic, and then issue 7 was fantastic. We're continuing on with this whole Kingpin, Wolverine, Elektra thing. Trying to stop Bullseye's resurrection by the hand of the Hand. Again, for lack of better terms. The Hand is trying to resurrect Bullseye, so we think, or so Kingpin tells Elektra, and then Elektra tells Wolverine. And they partner together with Kingpin to go stop it. Turns out that it wasn't really that, and it was something different. Kingpin pretty much bamboozled him, and it's really cool. It's a lot of action, and the only thing I have to question this is, I mean, this story is based out of Hell's Kitchen. It's dealing with Kingpin, Elektra, the Hand, and Bullseye, apparently, well, so they think, and Daredevil wasn't consulted in this, so, you know, it's really cool story, but I'm just thinking to myself, why wasn't Daredevil at all tied into any of this, seeing as how it's his territory that they're in. But that's neither here nor there. Savage Wolverine issue number 7 was a really good book. I definitely suggest, if you dropped off of it because Frank Cho sucked, pick up issue 6, see how you like it. Pick it up when you have a slow week if you need. No rush for it, but I say it's a great story from now on. Next book, online, I got 4 online books, so we're halfway through Thor: God of Thunder issue number 10. Continuing on with the God Bomb stuff, this is part 4 of 5 of this God Bomb story. Really crazy gore, kind of doing something crazy like, and his wife saying something that kind of is at the at the front of our minds while we've been reading this. So and she says it, and then it really well, you know what, I won't get into that because I don't want to ruin it if you haven't read it. But just the Thor stuff as well was really cool. I feel like the tides are turning in this big time. But the God Bomb is going off, and things getting a little heated. So Thor: God of Thunder issue number 10, pretty good book. And the final online issue I read, the best one of the online issues that I read in my opinion, Thanos Rising issue number 4. I think it's 4. Yeah, issue number 4, Thanos Rising. This book is so damn good, and I take back any kind of crap I said about the first issue when I first read it, because I was like, man, this is not the Thanos I was really expecting. But Jason Aaron is a master of the pen. He's a master of the pencil. He's a master of writing in general, because he's turned this story around in my eyes from issue number 2, really, because issue number 1 was, while it was good and it was a great story, it wasn't what I was expecting. But now, like, ever since then, it's been like, this is the Thanos that I was wanting, and I guess I wasn't patient enough. So I apologize to Jason Aaron and to you viewers of mine who might have gotten mad at me for those comments. They were made prematurely, or yeah. Anyways, Thanos Rising issue number 4. Yeah. A lot of headway with Thanos and his emotional state, and not to get into too much detail because there's a lot of things that I don't want to just explain because it'd be too much. But the way that this ends is Thanos is pretty much becoming Thanos. So if you're not reading Thanos Rising, I don't know what you're doing. One thing I do want to say about it is that I kind of wish that it would have ended before Infinity started, just so it seems like the Thanos Rising is kind of like a prelude, in a way, to Infinity, but that's, again, not a big deal at all. And finally, to the books that I got right here with me. I got one back issue I got from Supreme Kilroy in a contest that I won, and I wanted to do some quick thoughts on this, not a review or anything. This is old. This is old now. This is Phantom Stranger issue number 0. I really enjoyed it. It kind of gave me a glimpse of what Trinity War is being set up as really early on. I still don't know what would be happening. But it was pretty cool to see that whole Trinity of Sin and all that kind of stuff, and I thought the art and the writing was really cool, and just I can see why people are digging Phantom Stranger a lot. Let me turn on this light because y'all can't see me. Check out my earrings. Yeah, so Phantom Stranger issue 0 is pretty cool. If I can read more Phantom Stranger at some point, I definitely will, because everybody talks it up, and I'm interested. And now for the second back issue. This is more recent and I finally got it because my shop finally got it, and this is Daredevil Dark Knights issue number 2. First of all, look at that cover. It's awesome. Lee Weeks has such an amazing grasp on the character in this book. It was so fantastic. It was better than issue number 1. Oh my gosh, this issue, I might read it again after this video because it was that good. If, it would be my pick of the week if I wasn't, not counting this in my pick of the week because it's a back issue now. But if I would have gotten this the week that it came out, it probably would have been my pick of the week. because it's that good. And where we leave off at the end of this issue, it's like, what the hell? I know a lot of you guys aren't reading this. Maybe you're waiting for a trade or something. I would definitely say be picking this up in issues, because it's kind of an anthology thing where they're not going to be doing one, like, this isn't going to be a whole story. This whole mini series isn't going to be one story. It's going to be 3 stories. So pick up Daredevil Dark Knights. I know a lot of people are digging Daredevil right now, and this is some top stuff. And now to the books from this week. 4 more books, and the last 2 are tied for my pick of the week, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Thunderbolts, issue number 13. Had to check out another issue by Charles Soule, and Phil Noto is on the art in this one, not Steve Dillon. And honestly, I kind of wish I had Steve Dillon a little more on this issue, because I don't like Phil Noto's art. His Venom, his Flash Thompson is not good. His Venom costume is fat. His Hulk, his Red Hulk, isn't very good either, and his, like, I don't know, I didn't like the art in this so much, but the story in it was alright. It was just kind of, and it's raining like hell now. It just started. This is kind of a backstory to one of the team members named Mercy, and some stuff that she did earlier in the series. Still, Charles Soule getting ready to tell his own story, so not gonna blame him for, not the most interesting issue, but not bad at all. Definitely not Daniel Way stuff, and I will be getting the next issue, because it seems like it's gonna finally be Charles Soule writing the entire team together, and I'll see him write Venom and Deadpool. Really 2 characters to go for. Hopefully Noto isn't on art, because I cannot stand his Punisher. He looks like he makes Punisher look like an old man, and that's dumb. He makes Punisher look older than General Ross. So, but the book itself, story-wise, wasn't too bad. It was good. Next up, book I was really excited for, and didn't really disappoint at all, actually. Superior Carnage issue number 1. Kind of the way I'm predicting the story to go is not the way I was thinking it would go. Mostly because there's no Spider-Man in this. There's no actual Venom in this, even though Venom pops up throughout the story. He's not actually in it. He's just alluded to and then kind of flashed back and all that stuff. But this is a pretty good book. It starts out in the eyes of another prisoner, and like kind of the prison system is mixing lesser criminals with these superpowered criminals to stop prison overcrowding, which is a terrible idea. And then coincidentally at that time, Cletus Cassidy is put into the prison, and then of course there's a prison break. Somebody is trying to control Carnage, and that guy's an idiot for doing it. I would say no heroes, no villains, no anybody should want anything to do with Cletus Cassidy and Carnage, because he always strays from them. So, but the way this ends is actually different, and caught my eye a bit. So, the way that this ends is kind of leading my thoughts of this book that it's going to go in a different direction than I thought it was going to go. But I'm definitely interested in it, and it was a pretty good book, Superior Carnage issue number 1. I'm excited for it. Kevin Shinick writing, and Steven Segovia on art, and the art in it was pretty damn good. And speaking of some pretty damn good art, that I'm, again, down the last 2 books, tied for my pick of the week because I just can't choose. I'm taking so much credit for this book being good. You know, a lot of people were skeptical. They were a little scared, and I told them, don't be scared. These guys are good. They've got it. And the book did not disappoint, at least in my eyes, in the least. Nova issue number 6. This is probably one of my favorite issues of the entire run. 6-issue run so far. The covering is amazing. I think it's actually by McGinnis. I don't know. And the art inside by Paco Medina, very consistent with the McGinnis art. Zeb Wells writing, amazing writer, wrote the characters in this just fantastically. This cleared up some stuff from AVX that I wanted to address, because I was under the impression that in AVX, when Nova showed up, it was Richard Rider, and that's why I was confused why Richard Rider wasn't the Nova for this series. Because the artist drew him as an adult. And what they do is they clear this up, is that that Nova in AVX was actually this Sam Alexander, who's 14 years old and not an adult, like they made him look in AVX. So the artist in AVX messed up, and now it makes this book make more sense to me. It makes this Nova make more sense to me. And just the story in it in general was awesome. There's a lot of funny parts in it. A lot of, a lot of funny parts about Thor in this, and, Sam going back and forth with his mom, and just awesome book. If you're not reading Nova, pick it up from here. Awesome, awesome title. I love it. Best cover, in my opinion, so far, and one of the best issues so far. And then the final book that I tied with for Pick of the Week, and the only book I haven't talked about yet from this week, and that's Deadpool issue number 13. Holy crap, this is such a good damn issue. Every issue of Deadpool gets better, in my opinion. It's better than the last. You open up the first page and you see this Deadpool with an afro, and I just started laughing. I can't take that seriously at all. Man, this book was just so funny. The story in it was great. Kind of a team up between Deadpool, Power Man, and Iron Fist. There's a lot of there's a sex scene in here that's really 70s like, and I was cracking up. The art in it is not by Hawthorne. It's by something, I don't know the first name, but last name is Koblish, to kind of get that older 70s look like they did with issue 7. And I say, if you're not reading Deadpool, you want to get on Deadpool, don't want to start from the start, pick up this issue. This is not just a one-shot. People thought issue 7 was just a one-shot, and it wasn't a one-shot. It tied directly in with the story arc that followed it. This is going to tie directly in with the story arc that follows it. So this is the first issue of the new story arc. So you have to read this to understand the rest. Putting that out there, you just got to read it. One more thing, I know Mike from Longbox Weekly Comic Book Reviews, he kind of said that he said before that they wish they would change the little Deadpool that they use on the previously pages up like every issue, because they kind of use the same one every time, and they actually changed it, and I was just cracking up when I saw this one. From the moment I opened this book, I was laughing. And it's such a sad looking Deadpool looking through some comics, and I love it. I love the books this week. I love Deadpool. I loved the Daredevil books. I love Nova, Superior Carnage. Thunderbolts was alright though. Thanos Rising. Man, so many good books. But I'm gonna get out of your hair. Timestamps will be down below. That's it for me, guys. And Comic Book Lowdown. Peace out.